So does he know he's been playing word games with his brother?
Well, half-brother, really. No, I don't think so.
And are you sure he is who you think he is?
Not 100%, but the evidence is compelling.
Well, how'd you find him?
Well, you remember the saga of my mother's ring and how that led to Alice and the correspondence between her father and my mother, his lover.
Yeah.
Well, in those letters, I was aware that they kept referring to their issue, which I took to mean that their situation, their affair, but of course, issue has more than one meaning. Progeny, offspring.
Seriously, Roy, you should have been a detective.
Well, I decided to look into those 6 months where my mother went missing. During that time, and I traced her to a woman's shelter in Southport. Thankfully, they kept unofficial records.
What records?
My mother gave birth in that shelter to a baby boy. That baby boy was subsequently offered up for adoption.
Oaks Cassidy.
Richard Lucas was his given name.
So how on earth did you find him playing word games online?
Through a popular social media website. You have to register in order to play the game.
Facebook?
Yeah. Well, I noticed that he had an account registered to his name and date of birth, so, well, I set up an account too. And,
You created your own profile?
I challenged him to a game. Yeah, I used the bare minimum of personal details, simply enough to access the game.
Listen, Roy, never mind the half-brother. Roy Cropper's on Facebook. I mean, you've not even got a phone.
Quite.
So, you sure that this is him? This is...
Well, as I said, it's not 100%, but during all this, he did let slip that he grew up in Southport.
Okay. Well, you need to find him.
I don't think so.
Right, look, I know I didn't take any of this seriously at first, but that's when I thought he was just some faceless internet loser. It's your flesh and blood. You need to find him.
No.
Roy, why not?
Because I can't face meeting the son my mother wished she'd kept.
Hang on, so let me get this straight. You think that Sylvia loved the boy she gave up more than the one she raised?
Well, in retrospect, it does seem that she spent her time longing for the life that she'd surrendered.
Are you sure?
Well, she was never content with my father and me.
Yeah, well, I don't mean to speak ill of the dead here, but Sylvia struck me as the kind of woman who thought complaining was an Olympic sport.
So you think she'd have been the same had she remained with Richard and his father?
Well, she was only ever happy when she was miserable.
That does ring true.
Listen, and it's not a competition, but I mean, she chose you. Not your half-brother. She gave him up. She brought you up. If anybody's got the right to be jealous, surely it's him.
Oh, so that's why he's not been in contact. Resentment.
Or maybe he just doesn't know that you exist. Do you know his address?
From the electoral roll.
Are you not the least bit curious about him?
Acutely, but I don't want to intrude on his life.
Do you think Aiden intruded on mine?
Your situation was very different.
No, not from where I'm sitting. I was alone all my life, and suddenly I had this family. And I never would have guessed what Aiden and Johnny and Kate would have meant to me, you know, in the end, and how it would hurt when I lost him. But I'd go through it all again. You've got much more to gain than you have to lose, believe me.